of this minister in the temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank.
POS operator, she said 3,000 is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the taunting. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank.
POS operator, she said 3,000 is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the taunting. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
All right, good to have you back on ATN's Open Conversation. And now it's time to have open conversation. I have two gentlemen, you can call them giants, politically speaking, who are seated with me in the studio, and we're about to have open conversation. I have first Chief Lucky Man Igila. He is here this morning or today as a political analyst. Good morning and welcome to ATN's Open Conversation.
Thank you very much, Vivian.
And
so
then
good to be here.
we have a very own Professor Steve Wadu. He is a political sociologist. He's a lecturer with the Department of Sociology, University of Port Harcourt. Good to have you here today on Open Conversation.
Thank you.
We are glad we're able to catch you today.
I'm available.
All right, let's go. Let's start from the conversation that has to do with the son of the soil. That's the former governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Nyesom Wike. We learned that yesterday. From former governor of Rivers State, and the minister designate Nyesom Wike visited the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, in Abuja. Well, Wike, who worked against the People's Democratic, his party, presently the People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar in the 2023 election, repeatedly denied plotting to join the ruling party. He said, I'm not a member of the APC and will not be, but they have made me recognize that they are the heroes of this country. APC governors came out to say for the unity of this country, the presidency should go to the south. Well, that's what Wike once said while dismissing the rumor that he was planning to join the APC. During his Thanksgiving service organized in his honor shortly after he handed over power to his prodigy, Siminalayi Fubara, Governor Siminalayi Fubara asked Wike not to abandon him if he ends up in the ruling All Progressive Congress. He didn't say the APC, but he just said wherever he's going to. Now, while we are seeing, I'm taking this now from, he said, while we're seeing sign that it's like you want to go over to the other side, this is Fubara speaking, with everybody wishing that please don't be too far from me because I know that the sharks, the tigers, are really around looking for what to hurt. So being around would continue to, you being around would continue to guide and put my head straight for the purpose of this state. That's what we're saying to his political godfather, the former governor of Rivers State. Well, speculations of Wike dumping the opposition party gained momentum after he made President Bola Tinubu's cabinet list. The PDP leaders had expressed displeasure over this and molded the move to sanction the former Rivers State governor. Well, that seemed not to have been the case. Well, Governor Wike did tell BBC Pidgin why he was hobnobbing with APC chieftains, the former governor who had earlier used the illustration malaria and cancer to dismiss speculations that he was on the way to the ruling party, gave the clarification. But when he was asked if he was thinking of dumping the PDP in the heat of the face-off with Atiku, Wike said, I get malaria. I'm quoting him, I get malaria, now cancer I defined. However, defending his recent moves, including making it into Tinubu's cabinet, the former governor said, why someone can die of malaria, a person with cancer can get healed if he has the opportunity of meeting a better doctor. Well, that's Governor Nyesom Wike. So yesterday, Yeah, I think it looks like, let me start with you, Chief Igilia. It looks like the cancer patients has found a cure. And now that there seems to have been a cure, where one is wondering, what do you think we're expecting from this meeting yesterday? Because there was also this rumor around the streets that he's under pressure to come to the APC, that's like a condition with the ministerial nomination he was given. I would like you to dissect further on this.
Well, the issue of Nyesom Wike, the former governor of Rivers State, decamping to the ruling APC is no longer a hidden issue. The signs are all there. What we expected him to do is to come out clean, to tell Nigerians and Rivers people that, look, I'm done with PDP, I am moving over to the other side. But one thing he should also know is this. Politically, he's destroying himself. We all know that when it comes to politics, interest matters. His interest was in PDP because the politicians at that time favored him, favored his ambition. Today he wants to remain, irrelevant in politics, and he has seen that the only way he can do that is for him to come to the ruling APC. So he is trying to do that. However, he has some issues. The issues that he has are that the APC in Rivers State have not accepted him yet. That is the reason why he is decamping to the APC has been delayed up till now. It's no longer even. Simona Ifubara said it. It was on air, on live telecast that, oh, I know you are going to the other side, but when you're going, please do not abandon me. Remember me. Always stay close so that I need your fatherly guidance to be able to rule this state. Of course, when you put someone that this thing is just like your son to take charge, it means from his word here in Obiakpo, he has to join the party from there. And I know that it's been very, very difficult for them to even accept him. Yes, he's a former governor, we all know. But the APC in the state has closed their doors, not for him to come in. That is why the divide and rule politics in APC has always been there in Rivers State. We all know.
Okay, I'll come back to you, Prof. This the ideology of one being at crossroads. I do not think it has ever been better.
What value is he bringing? What virtues goes with what Wike is doing? If he is now getting a position under APC, it's not as if APC is forming a national government whereby they take somebody from PDP. But this is rewarding somebody who played a spoiler role during the last election. We must begin to look at it in the sense of consistency of character. This kind of character does not augur well for development of democracy and party politics in Nigeria. As Chief Igila has said, though I will not agree with saying that he has demons to appease. No, he has stalwarts, people who built APC. And if he's going to, on what basis is he benefiting from APC? What jobs has he done in APC for my father? Don't leave me. If you leave me, I will fail. No, that is weakness. So I don't see any virtue in what Wike is doing, other than he's playing a further spoiler role.
I'll come to you now that he has played the spoiler role.
Yeah.
Let's assume that the rumor in the street is true that he has to join the APC. After the confirmation, El-Rufai wasn't confirmed, he was confirmed. Now, he himself and El-Rufai went into Aso Rock for a meeting.
Yeah.
And now El-Rufai, after that meeting, came back and we learned that he has removed himself for being part of Tinubu's cabinet. And then Wike, we've not heard from him. The only time we're hearing anything from Wike is this meeting with Ganduje right now. So is it looking like this ministerial appointment is actually, the rumor is actually that it's pegged on some political sociologist? Do you think he can navigate managing the critical issues in Rivers State APC right now? Because without the grassroots, there's no way he's going to be a member of APC or retain his position if it's pegged on that.
See, so far, he has gone far, at least getting this ministerial nomination. without APC itself referring him to his records as a party member in Rivers State. But
picture of what we're expecting with this whole rumor decamping. But let me bring you in now, Chief Igile.
You know, Wike is having it difficult. It's not easy for him presently as it is right now. His visits to Ganduje is to also help him talk to 1 or 2 persons, especially at the state level, for him to come. The thing is this: the moment Wike becomes a member of APC, he becomes a higher ranking member of APC in Rivers State, which means he becomes the leader of the party in Rivers State. Presently, Rotimi Amechi is the leader of APC in Rivers State. And he has served, he has a track record in APC that he has worked for this party over these years. So
who is the national here? The national, when Adamu was on seat, you understand what I'm trying to say, was the national. Adamu is off right now. Who did not?
And Ganduje
is here now.
No, sorry.
We don't know what Ganduje is going to play. Tinubu endorsed him, and it's about Tinubu's interest now. Where do you think this is going to swing?
When it comes to this thing, party politics at the state levels, they come in through congresses, and even the national cannot pull them out. They will go to court, and it will become a long-standing legal battle that will continue. So even the APC is being careful. Like I said, there are a lot of people to appease. Now, this whole thing will end up bringing the yes of Wike. Oh, Sir Tinubu, you said I shouldn't come close. I tried to come in. I was edged out. You have a new friend that you felt that can deliver. Okay, he has done this, he has done that. We all saw that he could not even deliver in Rivers State. The facts are there that, as a matter of fact, APC did not reverse
Let's say it wasn't legitimate votes.
Yes, that no, it is at least tribunal has opened their eyes. We have seen that the votes that were declared to Rivers State were not Rivers votes.
Yeah,
votes from another state.
A BBC investigation too. Yeah.
Were from another state, and it has shown that they did not win. However, because the results have been entered and the case is now in the tribunal, Wike has worked. Of course, it's the agreement. He's leveraging on that to get his ministerial this nomination. However, what we expected of Nyesom Wike, just as he said before the elections, that he does not need a ministerial nomination, he does not want to become a minister, he cannot do this, he cannot do that. We expected him to be honorable enough to stand by his words. But I'm surprised this kind of attitude and character that he's displaying today. A man that said this is cancer. We all know that cancer and malaria, they are not equitable in any way. But today, he has chosen that he loves cancer. So he wants to become part of that cancer. Like he said, a good doctor, I don't know where a good doctor, cancer kills, whether doctor or no doctor. So 2-3 people that can come out to declare themselves that I am this and I am that. And the party is factionalized. You have the strength, the media is behind you. You can go to the media and say whatever you want to say. You cause the confusion and it trends. It begins to build momentum. That is the strategy.
So it means if the threat of rerun of election is anything to go by, the numbers wouldn't count.
If there is rerun in this election,
no, because I mean, a lot of political pundits, prof, are looking at that to say that may be reason why he's pulling Wike on the jugular. If you're going to have this, you need to be here. You need to know that you're internally part of us and all of that. But if you're to advise the president of Nigeria, who needs Rivers State, if anything, should if the judiciary should actually decide to say, okay, based on all of this inconsistency, declare for a rerun, they take it to the Supreme and it works that way. Do you think, in all fairness, that President Tinubu is going to survive without having a united front in Rivers State, if anything should go awry?
See, already the president and his party are destroying APC in Rivers State. They are destroying whatever solidarity and support they
Interestingly, this was started even during the campaigns.
Yes. And in fact, it's not even this
when Toyin Cole was ignored.
Long time ago. I was privileged at the time to be a guest lecturer at one of Amechi's birthday party. And that was the beginning of the fracas with Magnus Abe. And I wrote in that my paper that they should better reconcile if they were going to win election against Wike at that time. Unfortunately, they did not reconcile.
And they lost.
And they lost. And that has been going on. It has been going on. I am surprised when you say there is APC in Rivers State from the angle of Amechi. Amechi is not home-based as at now. Amechi is not to be seen as the leader on ground. And that's why people like Tony Okocha, who used to be part of the Wike Amechi's team, sort of, I will use the word, betrayed and left Wike to the point of announcing that Wike is no longer the political leader of
that Amechi is no longer the political leader
Amechi is
of
no
APC.
longer the political leader of Rivers State.
Money is speaking, of course.
That's why I'm saying that Wike has enough of the funds, enough of the strings to pull. As at today's Rivers State, he's the only visible politician with national visibility. Unfortunately, I think it was also in this studio where I said that where is Amechi, or where was Amechi in Tinubu's campaign? You lost primaries, you jettisoned the party, you jettisoned your candidate. That shows that the concept and the practice of party solidarity is not yet in their political behavior. Otherwise, you follow your party. Once election primary has done and you failed, you lost, you join your party, build your party, win an election so that you can negotiate for power. Amechi didn't do that. The gap created by Amechi's lackadaisical attitude towards Tinubu is what gave rise to the emergence of Wike.
True.
And then Wike now capitalized on that, and he's using it effectively, but for his own selfish interest. Otherwise, why couldn't Wike appoint another Rivers person to say, I use this person to go to ministerial appointment?
Okay.
After saying publicly to the whole world that he doesn't want to be minister.
Why not even appoint the Tony Okochas that are members of the APC to
nominate
go there?
Somebody. And so
but of course he wouldn't. He has been a junior minister all his life.
The
so he needs to
problem we are
become
looking for,
a
the issue
minister.
is how does all these things affect the identity, political behavior of a Rivers person?
Okay.
How will Rivers people be looked at when they operate at the national level? When the Rivers people now meet to maybe at least to form another party, they will begin to say, these Rivers people, they have a culture of inconsistency, culture of betrayal, and so on.
Yes.
So people should look beyond the immediate gratifications they have to get and think about what concerns yourself and your group for the future.
Awesome. We'll be here. And then we'll keep bringing you all of the conversation. Our ears on the news. And that's what we do. That's why we're here. Now, let's clear run through another story. The People's Democratic Party said Nigerians who voted for President Bola Tinubu are now regretting wasting their votes. The chairman of PDP in Ondo State, Fatai Adams, said in a statement signed by the party's publicity secretary, Kennedy Perete, in Akure on Tuesday. According to the party, the few months of the president has brought untold hardship to Nigerians. Adams, who was reacting to the Ondo State chairman of the ruling All Progressive Congress in the state, Ade Adetimehin, who said that the PDP has gone to extinction. He said that rather it was the APC and its inhuman government that is responsible for Nigeria's suffering and agony of the last 8 years. And according to him, Adetimehin is probably the only person who is oblivious of the fact that Ondo State people hold his party, APC, and its inhuman government responsible for their suffering and agony of the last 8 years. So especially the withdrawal of fuel subsidy and its biting effect on everybody. He does not realize that even those who were tricked to vote APC in the 2023 general elections are already regretting and lamenting their miscalculation that has brought about untold hardship on them and their families. To now open his mouth in the most careless manner to say PDP is now extinct is not only laughable but mischief of the highest order. Well, Chief Igile.
Yeah.
When they become like this and then we have their facts on our hands, and then you begin to ask yourself, on the PDP, national PDP, they've not gone extinct. This is if safe for us to ask them what happened, why were they not able to fix the G5 brouhaha during the elections? And if that was not enough, where are they right now? They've called for several meetings, and then the key proponents of what the PDP should be right now are usually absent. And we just talked about one of the key players in PDP National, the man who sold to the rebirth of PDP, so to say, when everyone left the party during the Buhari. Goodluck Jonathan basically lost election and moved off, basically wasn't doing anything. It was Wike that single-handedly pushed the PDP to where it became a stronger force to relate to again. And now the absence of Wike, who again are they bringing? So if the PDP is not going extinct, what are the signs that that is not going to happen?
Well, I don't think the PDP is going extinct. They have they won in a number of states. They just concluded, elections, and they are going through a healing process. The party had every party is has issues, internal issues. The PDP has its own internal issues that most of it were caused by the Jagaban of Rivers State, Barrister Nyesom Wike, who has a lot of money to sway people to believe and support whatever he's doing. Unfortunately, these issues have continued to bedevil the party, but I think there's a healing process going on. They are trying to meet internally to resolve a lot of issues. So the saying that PDP is going extinct, I don't think PDP is going extinct. However, when they say that Nigerians are regretting, of course, it's a fact. Nobody is denying that Nigerians are regretting voting the APC government. But should we really regret? That's my take. Because this was a party that came in during the era of, after Jonathan left power, President Muhammad Buhari took over and came in, and after 6 months, it could not do anything. They never knew where to how to navigate it, because they don't have a blueprint on how to run this country. They were just jumping from one corner to the other until they finally found their feet. Now, Tinubu is here. His rush in the removal of a fuel subsidy, I think, is highly premature. Because before you begin to say you want to remove subsidy, which has been removed and removed and removed again over the time, and now you're telling that it is not that you're removing the subsidy, and petroleum and the products are very, very expensive today. PMS is very, very expensive. Aviation fuel is very, very expensive. Everything. The poor masses are feeling the pains. Now, there were no palliative measures for them to look, that they put in place to address these issues before removing the subsidy. What we expected them to do was, oh, look, we are going to remove subsidy between now to so time. Nigerians, brace up for it.
I agree.
However, between this period, we are fixing all our refineries. We are making sure that these refineries come to they become functional. That way, when subsidy is removed, our refineries are here. Even if we have to import refined products, it will just be maybe a very little quantity that will be bringing in. The cost of petroleum products will nosedive. The price will be minimal so that Nigerians will not be feeling the pains. Because the removal of subsidies will not just affect only petroleum products, it affects the price of goods, the price of services, and every other sector in the economy.
Okay.
So Nigerians are actually crying. And there's rumor that there might be
an increase
to 720 naira, which the NNPC has denied anyway.
Including the federal government. But how are you denying that? Where you don't even is a free market?
The marketers are actually saying they will.
Yeah, they just given this morning. They have just made a press statement to say that they don't have the power. The federal government does not have the power and NNPC to tell them what to do and all of that. But let's stay around politics. I'll come back to you, Chief. The extinction of a political party, I come back to you, Prof, as a political sociologist. What are the indices that, the telltale that reflect or shows that this party may be going extinct, if you may?
So this question is at the root of how to evaluate party politics in Nigeria.
Okay.
If we are able to get deep to it and devise the indices and the science and be able to have statistics or data on the rate at which political parties expire, you would know that Nigeria has not started even thinking of building party politics.
Okay, why would you say that?
No political party in Nigeria has lasted up to 40 years.
Yes.
No political party, whether it's MPN or PDP or these ones we are running now. This always high level of attrition, high level of destruction, extinction of political parties is one of the reasons our democracy is not growing and cannot grow unless we correct it. Usually, political parties are formed as an interest thing for people to continue to quest for power, contest for power until the year they will win and form government. But our own is that at the end of every election, the party becomes weaker. The party is weakened at the loss of every election because people abandon their party and begin to cross over. The part of the indices for party extinction is because of lack of solidarity within the parties immediately after election. In fact, every election year begins to show us signs of signs of internal conflict, internal crisis, internal problem within the parties. People leave parties because the process of primary election did not favor them. When you have factions and bickering among parties, what we call a internal disgruntlement within the party, it is a sign that the party will not last.
All right.
APC is having problem, PDP is having problem, even Labour Party is having problem.
Yeah.
We are not sure that all these parties can last up to the next 20 years. So new parties will be formed.
Okay, so in essence, I mean, in 2027 we might see a new party.
Yeah, sure.
So in essence, both the PDP, Labour Party, and APC that think that they are standing need to look inwards and fix whatever needs to be fixed.
Of course, yes. They have to build party politics, ensure party discipline, promote party solidarity, and allow people to contribute in building the party, not one person funding party. If one person is funding a party, the party belongs to him.
The owner of the party can dictate whatever whatever he wants. And that is what is killing the PDP today.
Yes.
Okay. They said a word is enough to serve as a good advice for anyone who is listening. Now, Edo State Governor Mr. Gordon Obaseki has said a Milokan syndrome or spirit is not a strategy for winning elections and ruling Edo people. He spoke when he received leaders of Edo South Senatorial District on a solidarity visit in Government House. He described what was happening between him and his deputy as unfortunate. He said unavoidable, sad and avoidable because the people know where we are coming from and what we have gone through. The governor noted that Edo people would not accept a Milokan as a strategy in government as they are not known for that. He said, for us, it is the people that will decide. What has happened in the last few months is strange, and even if you have ambition, that is not the time to express it. The timetable for the elections is not out. You can't be part of government and also be the one to destabilize the same government. I thought we came together and we'll live together and let the people say you have done a great job, and they will not now make the decision themselves. They are the ones there to say that come rain or sunshine, we must continue. You are telling the world one thing and yet doing another. All right, Chief Igila, I'll just drop this on your door so we can quickly look at something. What is Obaseki talking about? Why is he? Well, help us understand this. You came together, you're living together. So if Philip Shaibu has an ambition, he should wait till 2024 when they are done to express himself. What do you think Obaseki is driving at? Okay, you don't want to give the man the ticket. What is all of this speech on the same issue? The man has apologized. He has even said that he never had any such intention. He was threatened. He felt scared. That's why he went to court to protect his position. There hasn't been a time when he came out to tell anybody that he is contesting for 2024. What do you think Obaseki is driving at? What does he want to do? Destroy Philip Shaibu politically? What is the intention here?
I'll tell you what Obaseki is driving at. Politics in those states has been a bit volatile, even during the last election, when Nyesom Wike went into, the PDP. Obaseki is actually an APC man who decamped to the PDP when they did not give him the ticket. And he had issues with Adam Soshomole and other people, and he was denied the ticket. And he ran to the People's Democratic Party for assistance. They accepted him, gave him the ticket, and he ran under the PDP and became governor. Now, he is scared that he wants to be a godfather also in Edo. That is just the crux of the issue. He wants to become a godfather. He wants to, Nyesom Wike has done it, so he feels he can also do it. He wants to dictate the pace of politics in Edo State, forgetting that that is a state that it's very, very practically impossible for any governor to achieve that feat. But he's trying it. His deputy, who is a grassroots politician, who also, because of his choice of deputy, aided his success in that election. It was keenly contested. The margins were slim. But he got got victory mostly because of his deputy, who is widely accepted and loved by the people, who has a track record already of honesty. And so Obaseki is scared that, look, should this man be here? He's already amassing support and also some funds for himself. If I should leave him here, come the next electionary period, he will run. He will want to run. So and if he wants to run internally in the party, he is more grounded than I am. Obaseki came, the party gave him a deputy.
So what it means is that if we go by this law, that all of this media shouting and speaking on one thing over and over again, dragging issues basically to run this man straight, like we say, and make him appear like he's a bad person. Basically, emotionally blackmail people like this man is a bad person.
Definitely.
Don't look at him. All right, we wish him the very best, but there's a very important conversation we need to have. Okay, so President Tinubu spoke when he received the special envoy of President Ali Bongo Ondimba and the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Gabon, Mr. Herman Emangold, at the State House in Abuja. According to a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Ajurin Gelale, President Tinubu also praised the solidarity of the economic community of Central African states on the political impasse in the Republic of Niger. He said, I appreciate the solidarity and support of President Bongo on the situation in Niger. We are working not to compound the problem. We have well-meaning people who have intervened. He said, I understand the fear of people on any form of military action. We are working to keep the sanctions in place, and we are following them to the latter. Let me take that again. He said he understands. The President said, I understand the fear of our people on any form of military action. He then said, we are working to keep the sanctions in place, and we are following them to the latter. We are happy to know that ECOWAS is with us on this. Interference in democratic governance is not acceptable to ECOWAS. All right, okay. Prof, everyone sees the ill that this push for war or military action against Niger is going to portend, but President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, everyone sees the economic situation we are struggling with. Everyone sees the issue of insecurity. Everyone but the President of Nigeria, to the point that it's now looking like it is not even an ECOWAS thing. It is a Tinubu thing versus Niger Republic, because the Northern Elders have called to say, we don't want this. Do not continue to this threat of sanctions. They have gone, Islamic ulamas have gone to Niger to see these people, and they have said, listen, we will negotiate, but let them leave the sanction first. On coming back, God knows what would have happened. The junta is saying, no, we're not interested. We're not negotiating anymore. And any further threats, we're going to kill Bazoum, as a warning to you that we are not actually joking. Here is the president of Nigeria, the chairman of ECOWAS Committee of Nations. And then you have, yesterday, speaking to his counterpart in the ECAS, Central African Republic, telling them that every of the sanction is going to be implemented to the latter. What do you think the president of Nigeria will gain from pushing for what is now beginning to look at as war versus Nigeria versus Niger?
See, the coup and the political situation in Niger with respect to military takeover of government, its implications to Nigeria goes beyond what we are seeing.
Okay.
There's something deeper. And some of those things that are deeper is in terms of the unity of Nigeria. The unity of Nigeria, the existence of Nigeria has come to public discourse. Are we really Republic of Nigeria? Are there Nigerian or parts of Nigeria that are highly affiliated or that see themselves as more interested in what happens in Niger than what is happening in Nigeria? Are there people in Nigeria, are there regions or ethnic groups or tribes or even religion that are having more love for Niger than Nigeria? If the basis for negotiating Nigeria's position with respect to the crisis in Niger is now based on tribe, on tribal support, on religion, the body of ulamas, northern emirs, going separately on their own, shows that some parts of northern Nigeria or the Islamic part of northern Nigeria are in solidarity with Niger. And so they care less about the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If you can have an imagination on what we look at the emerging map of West Africa, you will see that there is a new country emerging between northern Nigeria and Niger. That country is already forming and has been forming since the time of Buhari's administration. That country has been consolidating and it has come up. One of the questions I've been asking is, where is Buhari since this thing happened? What is he saying?
He said he's not happy.
He's not happy because he's in support of Bazoum. And this is Bazoum's administration, which he literally installed. What is his name? Buhari installed that government. Buhari funded that election. Buhari used Nigeria's government to fund even the facilities of governance, buying cars, presidential cars for that country, building railways, building refineries for that country. It shows that there is a plan to exit Nigeria. Some people want to exit Nigeria. It's just that the resources in southern Nigeria is what is holding them. How to get out of that where they are benefiting to fund. The history of Nigeria has always been the history of funding. One section of the country produces what is used to fund the national. Yet, in terms of inherent political distribution of resources, one part of the country creates a hegemony over all of us. So look at it very well. You will see that northern emirs, even Sanusi, all of them are saying, let there be no war. Let there be no military interference in Niger. Fine and good, because Nigeria as at now cannot go to war. We don't have the money to go to war. Going to war means...
Do we have the military force, if we're being realistic? Because last year, they were asking for help.
It's also even if you recruit soldiers without maintenance, without logistics, without salaries and welfare, they cannot be effective soldiers. One Wagner soldier can kill 10,000 Nigerian soldiers because we are not equipped. The country does not have money to go to war. I don't support military interference, but I support any governance, any system of government that can improve the welfare of people.
Awesome.
It is no longer...
I think that's the best way.
It's no longer about what system of government. It's about who formulates policies that will improve the living condition of people, whether it's a democracy or, in fact, a democratic system that is corrupt is as authoritarian as anything to undermine the development of society.
One quick question, if you can just do this in 20 seconds, Prof. when you steal the vote of the people, when you hijack in a democratic setting, you hijack elections, and when a military accuses you of corruption and hijacks power, what is the difference in these two?
Any aberration in the due process of getting leadership of a country is a coup. It's a coup. Any aberration is a coup. Any way of undermining the representational structure is also a coup.
All right. Thank you very much, Prof. Chief.
Yeah.
What is the... But I needed to buttress more on Prof's quite deep elucidation on all of this issue. And what do you think is Tinubu's interest when he says that all the sanctions will be implemented to the latter? What do you think he is driving at? What do you think he's going to achieve if a war breaks out between Niger and Nigeria?
Just as the case of Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike, it's all about personal interest. If Tinubu should go to war, it keeps him in office. The Senate will keep, because we are at war. Yeah. Already Nigeria has declared war on Niger. Let's not, because we have cut off electricity from Niger. We had bilateral agreements with them. So we have breached that agreement, which means we are already at war with Niger. But now they forget, the presidency forgets something, that the reason why Niger did not build a dam of its own was because they need to supply water to northern Nigeria for the agricultural purposes. So when they build their own dams and cut off that water supply, the North suffers. That is why the North is saying, do not go to war. Now, Tinubu wants to go to war at all costs because he needs to be in office. The tribunal, the way the tribunal is going, the way his case at the tribunal is going, he's not too sure. Gone are the days when anybody can just tell the tribunal that, look, this is how it is, and it's just. But today, Nigerians are so much interested in whatever is happening over there at the tribunal. And the tribunal judges are saying that Nigerians are actually watching. Just a few days ago, there was a billboard in Abuja where
all eyes on the judiciary.
Yes, all eyes on the judiciary. They are watching.
All right.
They were instructed to need to take up that billboard. Again, we should not also forget that just as President Tinubu has started, there is a gas line that runs from Nigeria through Niger.
From Niger Delta.
From Niger Delta to going through Niger to Morocco, sending gas to the west. Now, Niger can cut off that gas line because, of course, the US is in support of whatever Tinubu is doing. So the moment that is cut off, it becomes an issue. What about our aviation sector? Okay, the moment Guinea and Mali blocks their airspace, Nigerians, it will be very difficult. Yes, we are close because we cannot go through Libya.
All right. We'll keep having this conversation. Thank you, Professor Steve Wadu, for being here today. And thank you, Chief Lucky Man, for being here today.
Thank you very much.
We cannot wait to know what happens next. But we'll be honored to have you both back here for that open conversation. So once again, thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.
And that's been our show, everyone. I hope we've been able to make it up to you today on Open Conversation. Join us on all our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. And we will see you, God willing, top of the hour tomorrow for another time on Open Conversation.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the Temple of Justice.
Give us access to our money, we put in the bank. POS operator, she said 3,000 is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the taunting. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?